Mike, it is a huge moment for the guy who grew up just 20 miles away from this stadium, and I've had eyes on him all night for you guys. He was throwing the medicine ball against the wall and then ran out about 10 minutes later. The first thing he did was talk to fans. Fans said, "Hey, can I get your autograph?" He said, "I got you guys after the game." And then, of course, you see him warming up on your screen right there. Right tackle for this Vikings team, Brian O'Neill, tells me McCarthy is ready for this moment. I said, "Why?" He said, "Let me tell you a story about last season. It was about week 10. They were in the training room. In walks McCarthy with this huge stack of papers, a document." He said, "Man, what is that you're holding?" And McCarthy said, "Oh, this is my document of defensive personnels and schemes and breakdowns." He did that, Mike, after every single game last year. O'Neill tells me that's not something you typically see from someone, definitely not something you see from somebody who's not starting. It is that drive and determination that gives them confidence about McCarthy starting tonight for his first NFL debut as quarterback. There's so many questions here in Chicago. Can Ben Johnson do what he did with Jared Goff here with Caleb Williams? We think about what he did with the Lions as their offensive coordinator. The Lions led the league in terms of points per game, yards per game, passing yards, so many different offensive metrics. So what will we see here tonight? We will see physical, accountable football. I talked with Bears safety Kevin Byard, who tells me he tackled more this summer than he had in his 9 other combined training camps. He said Johnson isn't just preaching physicality, he is actually making this team be physical. He also shared a story with me that there were times early on where a guy would be running a play and maybe 1 step off, 2 steps off. It wasn't good enough for Johnson. He would make the entire team start again and get it right. It's that level of accountability that Byard tells me has created a sharp team, a team ready here to begin the season in front of a large crowd for Monday Night Football. A big divisional matchup here, Mike. Yeah. Well, from Ben Johnson, Mike, expect precision. Vikings linebacker Blake Casham put it best when he said Ben Johnson is a mastermind, and Johnson's players echoing the same sentiment. Kevin Byard tells me he always was taught when he was in this league that if you win the turnover battle, you win the game. And then Johnson came in and said, yeah, that's not quite the case anymore. Remember, Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions and we still won the game? He said it's all about passer efficiency. So as a defense, affecting the passer, and on offense, having good efficiency. So expect a lot of analytical football from the Bears tonight. And then Brian Flores, you mentioned it. Expect this Vikings defense to blitz. They blitzed more than any other team in the entire NFL a season ago, and they added depth on defense as well. Pro Bowlers and Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen. I talked with Allen, and he told me the first thing he noticed, Mike, when he got to Minnesota was how talented this team was and how hungry they were, especially for being 14-3 a season ago. Mike, there's a lot of pressure just seeing all these fans in the stands and all eyes on Ben Johnson. Accountability and attention to detail, the 2 themes that I'm constantly hearing walking the sidelines pregame in terms of Ben Johnson and what he's done here so far in Chicago. Caleb Williams says he has been great for him. Remember, the Bears struggled in Williams' rookie season. They were bottom 5 in terms of scoring offense. Ben Johnson and the Lions, number 1 in that same category. So what can he do here? Well, to put in perspective just how great he was for the Lions, they scored more than 450 points each season when he was their offensive coordinator. Mike, the Bears have only scored 450 or more points in 1 single season. Mike, J.J. McCarthy has not lost a game in 982 days, but tonight he makes his NFL debut against the team that he grew up cheering for. Remember, guys, he's from about 20 miles away from Soldier Field, but he says Minnesota is now home. He's only played about 12 preseason snaps, but I've been watching him all night. He has full command of this team, full confidence from his players that he is the guy. The Vikings, they're built to win now. They won 14 games last season. They let Sam Darnold walk out of the building because they have full confidence in J.J. McCarthy, and the McCarthy era, Mike, starts in a couple of minutes.